cake. I don't want it. Just toss it.
On my birthday, he said that and, unbelievably, went on a trip with his mistress. I had hoped this would be our last chance, but it's unfortunate. It seems I can't live with him anymore. Understood. Then I'll throw away the cake, as you say? Your cherished belongings too? And then I'll discard the one thing that's utterly useless to me. My name is Emily, a 28-year-old office worker. My husband, Jack, also works at a different company. We don't have kids. My husband and I met a year ago. It was at a mixer organized by a senior colleague from my company. I'm plain, a bit overweight, shy, and introverted. My hobby is reading comics. I'm a total homebody. Honestly, I was only invited to the mixer to make up the numbers, and I knew it. So, I didn't engage much and just sipped my drink in a corner. Yet, Jack, the most handsome and outgoing guy there, inexplicably started talking to me. He's into traveling and collecting vintage vinyl records. He shared interesting stories about his travels and old music. When leaving, he asked for my contact information, and despite my confusion, we exchanged our chat details. The very next day, I received a message from him. He said, "I want to meet just the two of us next time." I was so surprised. I initially thought it might be some kind of prank, but I was happy, so I agreed, and we later went out for a meal. After that, he asked me out frequently, and eventually, he confessed his feelings. Having never had a boyfriend, I was thrilled by my first ever confession and accepted. 3 months into our relationship, he proposed, and we got married. I thought it was a dream, a dull person like me marrying such a wonderful man, and believed a happy life was starting. But the moment we got married, Jack's attitude completely changed. While dating, he was extremely kind, but after marriage, he dumped all the housework on me. When he got home from work, he just watched TV or listened to records in his room, lazing around. He often wouldn't respond when I called for dinner, likely due to the loud record music, which was frustrating. On weekends, he'd leave me alone and go out, saying he had plans with friends or colleagues. When I asked for some help with housework, he'd retort, "I'm working, aren't I?" When I said, "I work too. I just wish you'd help a bit with the chores and your days off," he snapped, "I'm busy with my social life on weekends. Unlike you, I'm not a loner." That last remark was harsh, wasn't it? Sure, I'm introverted and have few friends, but to say that to my face was just rude. I thought that, but didn't want to argue more, so I kept quiet. Gradually, Jack began to criticize how I did housework and even hurled insults like, "You should be grateful a great guy like me married a plain and overweight woman like you." I believe a truly good man wouldn't say such things and would help with household chores. If he has complaints about my cleaning, I wish he'd at least clean his own room. He takes care of his record collection, though. Also, I love reading comics and have collected many, but one day I found that my comics on my bookshelf were all gone. I asked Jack, fearing the worst, and he said, "I threw them out because they were in the way." I protested, but those were important to me. Some of them are out of print and hard to find now. He said, "Your comics have been overflowing from your room to the living room bookshelf. Besides, you should stop such a childish hobby like comics. It's terrible to criticize someone's hobbies like that. And even more, throwing them away without my consent is unforgivable. If he was going to be so cruel and abusive, why did he marry me?" Jack probably just wanted a free housekeeper. He must have targeted me at the mixer because I seemed submissive and compliant. Realizing this, I cried in bed at night. Right now it's okay, but if we were to have kids, I seriously worry about the future. One day, while thinking this, my friend told me, I saw Jack with a woman who wasn't Emily, walking arm in arm in the hotel district yesterday. Yesterday, Jack said he was going out because he had a plan with his friend. I thought it was a male friend, and couldn't understand why he would lie and meet a woman. Could it be an affair? Thinking this, I hired a private investigator. And as expected, it turned out Jack was cheating. The other woman was his junior at work, named Jennifer. He had been cheating since right after our marriage, and most of the times he said he had plans with friends or colleagues. It was actually dates with Jennifer. I'm doing all the housework, and he dares to do this. I'll divorce him, I thought, and even consulted a lawyer. But still, I couldn't bring myself to hate Jack, who allowed even a plain and boring person like me to experience the dream of marriage, if only for a short while. So, I decided to give him one last chance. This Saturday is my birthday. If Jack celebrates it with me, I'll reconsider the divorce. During dinner, I said to Jack, "Jack, do you remember what day it is this Saturday?"
What Saturday? Was there something?
I was a bit shocked that he completely forgot. At this point, I had no expectations, but still continued the conversation. "It's my birthday."
Oh, that's right.
"Yes, and since it's a holiday, I was planning to buy a cake for us to eat together."
Yay.
"Okay? Promise me. Don't make any other plans, okay?" I told Jack emphatically as I got a curt response. Then came the Friday before my birthday. While we were having dinner, Jack said, "I have to go on a business trip tomorrow." "What? Tomorrow is my birthday. We promised to eat cake together. I've already made the reservation." He replied, "What can I do? It's work. You should be more understanding of your husband's job. Anyway, I'll be away for 2 days, returning Sunday evening. Pack my bags for me." "What about the cake I reserved?" I asked. Then he callously said, "I don't need it, just throw it away." What is that? I went to the trouble of reserving a cake for my special day, and he dismisses it so easily. That's terrible. But is it really a business trip? Suspicious, I checked his phone while he was in the bath. And there it was, an exchange with his mistress.
How about going on a trip this Saturday, just for 2 days?
Sounds great. I'd love to go to a spa resort, like Ashland maybe.
Okay, I'll book a hotel.
By the way, does your wife suspect anything? All good?
It's fine, she's clueless. Actually, this Saturday is Emily's birthday. She wanted to celebrate together, but it's a hassle, and I don't want her asking for presents or anything. So, I thought I'd go on a trip with you.
Wow, that's awful. Poor wife.
I was so shocked I nearly cried, but managed to restrain myself and took a photo of their conversation with my phone. I didn't even want presents or anything. Just eating cake together would have made me believe that he still cared about me, even a little. Seeing the texts with his mistress, I lost all hope. That's it, I'm done. And on the day of my birthday, at the front door, Jack shamelessly requested, "I'm going on a business trip, so clean up my room while I'm away." Okay, by the way, I'm going to pick up the cake I reserved today. Are you sure you want me to throw away your piece?
Don't nig. I said it's fine.
Got it. I'll clean your room, and I'll throw away anything else I think we don't need, okay?
That's fine. I'm heading out now.
He said, and left for his trip, which was not a business trip, but a getaway with his mistress. I had just confirmed, I'll throw away anything I think we don't need, is that okay? And he had said, that's fine. I've recorded this conversation on a voice recorder, so there's no going back now. So I entered Jack's room, vacuumed, and wiped the windows. Next was to dispose of unnecessary items. Old clothes, an abundance of stationery, and Jack's record collection. I remember how much money and effort he put into collecting these records. I was thinking about that. Then I gathered all these items and stored them in the shed. Then I placed the filled out divorce papers on the living room table and left the house. Well, it's my special day, I'll enjoy it my way. First, I went to pick up the cake I reserved. After that, I checked into a fancy hotel room I had always wanted to visit and ate the cake there. Jack had said to throw it away, but I couldn't waste food, so I ate both portions. It was delicious, but I need to start a serious diet to avoid gaining weight. And on my birthday, I explored the shops around the hotel and strolled along the nearby beach. I had been so busy with housework on my days off, a leisurely holiday like this was a rare treat. As I was thinking this, Jack called on Sunday night. I didn't really want to answer, but I did. Hello?
Hey, where are you? I came back from my trip and you're not home, and dinner isn't ready.
How annoying. He's ruining the elegant atmosphere of this lovely hotel. Right now, I'm staying at a hotel for a reason. There's a beautiful beach nearby. Want me to send you a photo?
What are you talking about? That doesn't matter. Why are you at a hotel? What about my dinner? And there was a divorce paper left at home. What's that about?
It's exactly what it looks like. Since the divorce paper is there, you know what to do, right? You're not planning to make a paper airplane out of it, are you? Not that stupid, right? Just write your name and submit it to the office.
You want a divorce?
Yes? Honestly, I'm fed up. You always leave me alone on weekends to hang out, never helping with housework. And the first thing you complain about on the phone is that dinner isn't ready. That's unbelievable.
What's that? And when I checked the room, my record collection was gone. What did you do with them?
Oh, the records. I threw them away. His voice grew louder as I said that.
You threw them away? Are you kidding me? Why? You know how much I cared for them.
But you said it was okay to throw away anything I thought we didn't need when you left for your trip. So I threw them away. Want to hear the recording of that conversation? I have it on a voice recorder. You also threw away my comics, remember?
That's because. Anyway, don't just leave divorce papers and go.
Fine. Let's meet once and talk about it. So, a few days later, I honestly didn't want to meet Jack again, but I had no choice, so we arranged to talk at the lawyer's office. When I saw Jack after several days, his clothes were wrinkled, and his hair was a mess. I used to iron his clothes. I also remember the hair conditioner was about to run out. Maybe that's why his hair is a mess, but he should buy his own conditioner. Seeing him so disheveled, I wondered why I ever liked him. Good. I was worried that seeing Jack again might make me reconsider the divorce, but that was needless worry. Then the discussion started. First off, I want to say my desire for a divorce hasn't changed. This is the amount I think is fair for alimony. Looking at the amount I proposed, Jack yelled,
$30,000. Emily, this is way too much for just not helping with housework.
Just for not helping with housework? What is he talking about? It's not just that. I haven't forgotten all the times you verbally abused me, calling me fat and dull. And the final straw is this. Saying that, I presented the evidence of the affair I had gathered from the detective agency. Additionally, I showed him the photos of the smartphone conversation I had captured at that time. Cheating right after we got married, and going on a trip with your mistress on my birthday, saying it was a business trip. That's audacious. Considering all this, $30,000 is actually modest.
Emily, you knew about the affair.
Jack turned pale seeing the photo. Yes, you thought I was too dull to notice. Don't underestimate me. Also, remember how you threw away my precious comics.
You also threw away my records. Now we're even.
About the records. I lied about throwing them away.
What?
Surprised, Jack listened as I explained. I actually thought about throwing them away, but that seemed too cruel, and I didn't want to be responsible for that. So I didn't. The records are stored in the back of the shed.
What?
Seeing Jack's relieved expression, I said, "Why do you look relieved? The fact that you threw away my comics hasn't changed. You'll need to compensate for that. Also, you told me to throw away the cake, but I couldn't waste food, so I ate both portions."
So, you didn't throw anything away?
Jack asked for confirmation, and I said with a laugh, "That's not true. I did declare that I would throw away anything I thought we didn't need, and I did just that. Well, more accurately, I'm about to do that."
What?
Jack looked puzzled. I smiled wider and told him, "You, Jack, you're the one thing I find most unnecessary. I'm going to get rid of you completely. Understand this and agree to the divorce. The alimony won't be less than this amount. If you argue, I'll raise it." Jack pleaded, "I'm sorry. I won't cheat again, and I'll help with housework. I need you because..." "So, you need me so you can dump all the housework on me on weekends and go on dates with your mistress?" "No, it's not like that. I mean," Jack stammered, to which I replied, "Nothing you say will change my mind about the divorce. I like to keep things clean. I don't like keeping trash around for too long." After I said that, Jack collapsed, muttering, "Trash." His face at that moment was hilarious. After that, we got divorced. Since then, I haven't met Jack, as all our communications are through the lawyer. However, the lawyer told me that Jack, who had always left the housework to me, had zero domestic skills. He briefly lived with Jennifer, but she was also bad at housework, so their place quickly became a mess, and their diet was chaotic. Relying mostly on eating out, Jack, once handsome, began to gain weight and now looks quite ugly. Jennifer left him and even changed her job. Moreover, Jack's workplace affair with Jennifer became the talk of the office, making things awkward for him. Still, he can't quit because of the hefty alimony I demanded. I've changed jobs and moved, now enjoying living freely on my own. I no longer spend weekends bogged down with housework, and I'm happy without anyone's comments. Maybe it's the lack of stress, but I've been told I look brighter and have lost a bit of weight. If I lose more, even though I don't plan to see him again, I might be able to make him regret losing me.